Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Bill Dreffel, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, Patty Wolin, and Ben and Noel Bruning. B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has a cartoon drawing of Tinkerbell flying through blue space and using a magic wand to drop pixie dust. On the back it reads, "Tinkerbell sprinkles magic stardust over the wonderful world of fantasy called Disneyland, to make it truly the happiest place on earth." It's postmarked June 21st, 1974, with the U.S. Postal Service cancel and a 10-cent cross-flag to U.S. flag postage stamp, Scott number 1509. I assume they visit the park on Thursday, June 20th, 1974, when park hours were from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. The weather was a high of 83 and a low of 57. It's addressed to Whitmore Hall, Elise Anderson, Mary Margaret, Mayfield Mildred Herndon, Sheldon Jackson College of Sitka, Alaska. It reads, 7:21. Hi dolls, Tinkerbell here. Ha! Had a very good trip down from Biz. My daughter and her daughter joined me there and drove out with me. They will fly back to Daddy next week after visiting friends here. My classes start Tuesday. They moved SS back to June 24th. Had my muffler repaired in Grand Jet Cal, my birthplace. Hope all is well. Thanks for chipping 3 M's. Love, Beth T. Going through my Disney library, I ran across a cast member exclusive book made for the 50th anniversary titled The Magic Begins With Me, A Happiest Celebration on Earth keepsake. This book is just over 10 inches squared with 64 pages filled with cast member photos, stories, and guest compliments. The cover is blue and has the early 2000s computer animated Tinkerbell followed by gold pixie dust and holding a wand and tapping a gold cast member badge with the name Me. This led me down a rabbit hole of the Mandela effect and Tinkerbell dotting the I of the word Disney during the title card of a movie. From what I watched, she did that during a 1962 Wonderful World of Disney television show. This was just after she used the wand to ignite some fireworks on the screen. The back cover of the book has the 50th logo, with the classic 3-circled Mickey with 50 written in the larger circle and a banner that reads Class of 1955 to 2005, and Walt Disney Parks and Resort written below. In addition to the book, there's a bookmark with a gold tassel. The front of the bookmark has the Magic Kingdom casting agency Main Street door with window that has Walt Disney's quote, "It takes people to make the dream a reality." The backside of the bookmark has a message from Al Weiss, who was the president of the Walt Disney Resort at the time. The bottom has the Walt Disney World logo for Disneyland's 50th celebration. Although this book has no official author, the editorial director was Wendy Lefkin, editor Jody Revinson, project consultant Jeff Curdy, and designer Bruce Gordon. I recognize the last 2 contributors since I have many books by Jeff Curdy on my shelf, and Bruce Gordon was one of the 2 authors for Disneyland The Nickel Tour book. The table of contents breaks the book up into 6 simple chapters, highlighting unique attributes about cast members and the ways they contribute to the company, park, and guest experiences. One of my favorite backdrops in the book is on the 3rd and 4th pages, which includes letters sent to Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, Disney Imagineering, the other resorts, the corporation, and to guest relations, all in envelopes with postmarks and stamps, including international stamps from Canada, classic US flag stamps, and even the Mickey, Goofy, and Donald stamp from the Art of Disney Friendship stamps from 2004, which I talked about on episode 158, sent with friendship art. There's also some fun postmarks, including one from the 2005 Blue Sky Studio and 20th Century Fox film, Robots. This pictorial cancel includes images of Rodney and Fender, who were voiced by Ewan McGregor and Robin Williams respectively. Also on the first page is a letter from James Rizzullo, who is president of Disney Parks and Resorts from 2005 to 2009. The letter is written to the cast and dated July 17, 2005. Rizzullo is prominently featured in the book, with the final statement on the last page of the book, as well as on the inside dust jacket flaps, including a photo with him in a gold teacup with Michael Eisner and Bob Iger. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to EnfieldPost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and EnfieldPost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has Mickey Mouse in black tails and red pants, straightening his bow tie in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle. In the background, you can see one white swan, and to the left of Mickey, you can see 3 ducks. On the back it reads, Mickey in Fantasyland. Mickey Mouse poses proudly in front of Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle in Fantasyland. Mickey is one of many Disney characters on hand to welcome and delight guests in the Magic Kingdom. It's postmarked August 16, 1967, with an Anaheim always use a zip code cancel and a 4-cent black and white Lincoln postage stamp, Scott number 1282. I assume they visited the park on Monday, August 14, 1967, when park hours were from 9 a.m. to midnight. The weather was a high of 90 and a low of 69. It's addressed to Mr. and Mrs. C.E. Boyer of San Jose, California. It reads, Hi, guess where we are now? Holly is enjoying it so much. We are leaving port for Catalina on Wednesday. It real hot and smoggy here. Love you, Vic. Although made for Disneyland's 50th anniversary, the book includes cast members from the Disney Cruise Line, Walt Disney World, and there's even a page dedicated to the ESPN Zone. The story from the ESPN Zone is from the Chicago restaurant, where cast member Dorothy left a lasting impression on political analyst David Wasserman, who sent a written compliment and invited Dorothy to visit Florida for a Miami Dolphins game. Flipping through the book, I tried to look for cast members that I either remember or are still at the park. One guest compliment was to Farley the Fiddler from January 27, 2003, mentioning how he entertained the people waiting in line for Splash Mountain with jokes and his fiddle music. Another lengthy letter was from a group who was visiting and wanted to meet the Disney princesses. They complimented Marcel, a character host who I've met many times while visiting characters. There's also a page dedicated to Martha Blanding, who started as a tour guide in the 1970s and at the time this book was published, oversaw merchandise for special events at the Disneyland Resort. She recently published an entire book about her experiences working for Disney. Although the book has many guest compliments and cast member stories from more recent years, there are some great vintage photos and quotes from guests from throughout the first 50 years of Disneyland. Also, on page 53 is my favorite Walt Disney quote. There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we are curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We are always exploring and experimenting. We call it Imagineering, the blending of creative imagination with technical know-how. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. front of my incoming postcard has a red wash beach. At the bottom it reads, "Greetings from Amity Island." In the upper right-hand corner, it reads, "Jaws, 50, Peacock." On the back it reads, "Just when you thought it was safe to stream, Peacock's summer movie night is here, with all 4 Jaws films streaming now, exclusively on Peacock." It's postmarked July 1st, 2025, with a Santa Clarita cancel, and a pictorial Hogsmeade Owl Post cancel, and a 2 sailboat postcard postage stamp, Scott number 5747. It reads, "Greetings from Amity Island, in Universal Studios Hollywood, Jamie." As well as stupid glossy postcard next to the Hogsmeade cancel and "Gonna need a bigger boat" pointing towards the sailboat stamp. Thank you so much for the postcard, Jamie. This card came just in time for the 4th of July weekend, which I enjoyed many Jaws references throughout. One other detail on this postcard is the receipt requested in a red circle and shell stamp near the postage stamp. It's a nice detail on this postcard. It's also a good reminder to pick up free postcards wherever you are, even if they are stupid glossy ones. Some can be really fun and a great way to send an extra something in the mail. I recently received the 70th anniversary Magic Key and Disney Vacation postcard from Monica. I love all the little details on that postcard. Be sure to pick one up whenever you're in the park. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell. Theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.